I told them the whole story and that I had converted to Christianity, and they helped me to find an apartment. And the apartment happened to be right in front of a police station because God knew what was coming. Providence. Because when my parents found out, they called me home, and there in that living room of my parents, my mother and my father and a Muslim scholarly person was there. So he was there, and the Muslim scholar, he folded his hands, said, you know what happens in Islam when you leave the religion? And I knew what happens. It's the death penalty. But I was just thinking, I'm living in Linz. How are they going to do that in Linz?
Yeah.
And he just said to me, you know, normally you get 3 days. That's Sharia law. You get 3 days
To recant.
Yeah. And it's not just persuading the convert into accepting Islam again. No, it's torturing the convert so that he can become Muslim again. And if they don't, then you kill them. And that's not just a radical interpretation. That's, as I said, teaching of the Prophet Muhammad. And in my case, he said, we give you 2 weeks to come back. And otherwise, please don't let us do what we have to do otherwise. And I
Seriously?
was just frozen because my family had just sentenced me to death in Linz.
Yeah.
And so what I did was I ended up at the police station, told them the entire story. The policeman first said, why don't you convert back to Islam?
What?
I mean, what does it matter what religion you have, right?
Yeah, it's all fake anyway.
Yeah.
That's
So why don't you convert back to Islam? And I told him everything that has happened. And then he went from one extreme to the other extreme, which was he needs to arrest my father because of all the violations.
Yeah.
But I didn't want him to arrest me. I started to cry, and I didn't want to harm my parents. I just wanted them to
Not to
protect
murder
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And police starts investigating. Then I receive a letter. It's about your husband. And I just went, wait, I haven't married.
Yeah.
And turns out my father signed the marriage certificate himself. And all of a sudden I was married. But according to the world that he comes from, he wasn't doing anything wrong, because in many cases, the bride doesn't even have to be present. It's just the men in the family who can sign for her, and then she's married. That's what he did in Austria. And by the way, I know of girls who've had that happen to them in Brooklyn and other places in the US. This is not just a European thing. Okay. This is happening here. I have met victims in the US who are going through similar things. I went against that. And then my cousin called me and said, you're not going to experience this day anymore. And he hung up. And I knew he was coming for me. That day I left Linz.
This is why so many Muslims are afraid to leave Islam, and this is what they are also trying to bring to the West. Saints, we need to be praying.